Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick9G. Thanks so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about the Dick Van Dyke Show. If you're a fan of Dick Van Dyke and the show, make sure to check out my playlist where I have more videos on the show as well as another 1,800 videos of classic TV shows and movies. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe because it's a free way to support the channel. Now, we all know Dick Van Dyke was such a talented man on camera as well as off camera. He had many abilities and talents. I mean, he was so comedic as well as physically. He was really good with his comedy. He was able to use his body to tell a story and to make us laugh as well. But he had some hidden talents that you may not have known about. One of them was he was a piano player. I won't get too much into that, but one of the ones that I really want to focus on is his other huge talent, which many people truly don't know about. Now, if you know how it works to make a TV show, there is a lot of planning, a lot of writing, and a lot of practice, performance, and yes, rehearsals. And during rehearsals, there would be a lot of downtime in which, what would he do? Dick Van Dyke would go to his trailer, or he would go just off to the set and play his piano, or he would be spending time sketching. He really loved to sketch. In fact, he was an accomplished amateur cartoonist. Now, he loved being able to sketch and to sketch a lot of people that he knew, especially people on the show. He would exaggerate them and he would make them into caricatures. And believe it or not, some of the episodes that you watched of the Dick Van Dyke Show had his pieces of artwork on there, but he didn't flaunt it, and people on the show didn't really flaunt it. I'll show you a couple of examples here, and I would like for you to let me know in the comments below if you have seen these episodes and if you knew that he was a caricaturist and that they did slip these in secretly into the episodes, and see if any people would really notice them. They're varied and they're probably more than these, but these are a few that I just want to highlight for you. Now, if we look at the episode from season 3, episode 11, it's called Turtles, Ties, and Toreadors. This is the one where Rob hires a maid through the ads and ends up with a woman who is fresh from Barcelona, Spain. She doesn't speak any English, she has a broken arm, and she expects to work as a live-in employee. Now, what's great about this episode is it's funny throughout, but right at the end, if you don't watch all the way to the end, you may miss it. And you see Rob brings home and a turtle makes an appearance. As he's showing the turtle to his son, you can see that the shell, because this is a large turtle, one of those Russian tortoises that lives, I don't know how many years, over our age, over 100 years. And so you can see that there's a caricature on top of the shell, which is really cool. It's a family caricature. And surprisingly, yes, Dick Van Dyke did this himself. They didn't hire anyone to do it, or it wasn't something that someone else did. It was Dick Van Dyke himself. So it's really cool that he was able to show his ability not just on paper, but I mean on a tortoise shell, which is so awesome. I wonder if that tortoise is still alive. It probably is, and that drawing is still around. I may have to look into that for another video. Moving along in season 3 to episode 16, The Lady and the Tiger and the Lawyer. In this one, there's a suave bachelor who moves in next door to Rob and Laura's place, and they're competing to see who is the best matchmaker. Now, Rob sets him up with Sally, and Laura arranges a date with her clumsy but sophisticated cousin. Now, if you look at this episode, you'll see a really interesting scene in the writer's room where you see Mel Cooley is depicted, and it's really funny because there's a caricature of him and it's on a dartboard, and the writers are throwing these darts to his face, and it's pretty funny. Again, they don't really make a big deal out of this, but yeah, Dick Van Dyke actually made that caricature of Mel. They slapped it on that dartboard, and they just started throwing darts for the episode. So that's what I think is cool. They started using his talent and incorporating these into the script, which is great. Jumping to season 5, episode 6, Draw Me a Pair. In this one, Laura really regrets taking Bob to take art lessons after she finds out that the lady teacher that they have shows an above average interest in him. I mean, she likes him. And after he shows off his talents in drawing that pair, he also makes a caricature of Laura, which Laura does not like at all. It makes her very upset. And yeah, that caricature was made by, that Dick Van Dyke himself, talented artist, and I think that's really cool. I want to know your thoughts down below. What do you think about the show in general? Have you seen any of these episodes? Do you like them? And did you know that any of these caricatures were from Dick Van Dyke himself? I thank you for supporting me. We'll see you all next time, and don't forget, everyone, be hopeful. Thank you to all my supporters, especially my Diamond tier patrons: Russ C, Sally N, Vito L, Citizen Kane 359, David D, Jerry D, Jennifer P, and Kevin K. If you want to join this list and be a patron supporter, it does help out so much, and I thank you ahead of time.